Stop everything you are doing right now. I mean this with every fiber of divine authority flowing through these words. In exactly 3 seconds, you are going to feel something shift in the atmosphere around you. And when that happens, you will understand why your guardian angel just used their final lifetime petition to ensure you would not scroll past this message. There it is, that sudden weight in your chest, that inexplicable knowing that something massive just changed in the invisible realm surrounding your life. Out of 8 billion souls walking this planet at this exact moment, only 12 were chosen to receive this specific frequency today. Only 12 had their names written in golden ink across heaven's emergency broadcast scroll. And you are one of them. This is not algorithm. This is not coincidence. This is not random chance bringing you here. This is divine intervention shattering through 7 layers of spiritual interference that have been blocking you from this revelation for exactly 1111 days. If you click away now, if you let distraction win in the next 30 seconds, this portal closes and transfers to the person scrolling 3 videos behind you. The blessing does not disappear, it relocates. And you will spend the next 7 years watching others walk in the breakthrough that was prepared specifically for you. Heaven scheduled this appointment before your birth. Your DNA has been calling out to the throne room, and at exactly 11:11 this morning in heaven's time zone, your case was heard in the divine courtroom. The accuser stood up with evidence, 7 years of documentation about every moment you chose comfort over calling, every time you said later instead of now, every morning you reached for your phone before reaching for my presence, every night you fell asleep to Netflix instead of to worship. The documentation was extensive. The judgment seemed inevitable. But then something unprecedented happened. Your guardian angel invoked the mercy clause that can only be activated once, per human lifetime. They presented counter-evidence that made the entire courtroom fall silent. They showed heaven the battles you fought that nobody else saw. The 3 a.m. prayers when your pillow was soaked with tears and you thought I had stopped listening. The moments you wanted to quit but somehow kept breathing. The times you gave your last when you had nothing left. The prayers you prayed for others when your own world was collapsing. And in that moment, I spoke 4 words that changed everything. Give them one more chance. That chance is this moment. These words, this encounter. But you need to understand something critical about what is happening right now. You have been exhausted lately, and I am not talking about normal tired. I am talking about soul exhaustion, where you wake up already drained, where simple tasks feel like climbing mountains, where you smile in public but scream internally. That exhaustion was not natural. You have been in a war you did not even know you were fighting. Every night while you slept, battles raged in heavenly places over your destiny. Every morning you woke up tired because your spirit spent 8 hours wrestling against principalities assigned to abort your purpose before you discover it. For exactly 1,260 days there has been a coordinated assault against everything you were meant to become. The relationships that mysteriously disintegrated, the opportunities that vanished without explanation, the doors that slammed shut when you were inches from breakthrough, the money that disappeared as fast as it came, the health issues doctors could not explain, the brain fog that made you question your own sanity. None of it was random. It was calculated spiritual warfare designed to make you give up before you discovered what you are actually carrying. You see, heaven's recording angels have been documenting everything. They have filed 47,777 reports about your journey. That is not a made-up number. That is the exact count as of this moment. Every tear you cried when nobody was watching has been collected in golden bowls. Every prayer you thought bounced off the ceiling has been recorded in books angels read. Every moment of faithfulness when circumstances screamed that I abandoned you has been highlighted in heaven's archives. And yesterday at sunset in the eternal realm, those records were presented to the divine council. The verdict was unanimous. The season of theft ends today. The spirit of delay loses its legal right at midnight tonight. The demons assigned to block your finances are being recalled and reassigned. The forces that have been recycling the same problems year after year just had their access revoked. Your bloodline has been in bondage for 4 generations, but the chain breaks with you. Hit the like button right now as your spiritual agreement with heaven. This is not about social media engagement. This is your signature on a covenant document that was prepared before the foundation of the world. Your breakthrough is directly connected to your obedience in this moment. Do it now before we go further, because what I am about to reveal will activate dormant promises that have been waiting for this exact second in time. You have been seeing numbers everywhere lately, and you thought you were going crazy. You wake up at 3:33 or 4:44 almost every night. You glance at the clock and it shows 11:11 or 12:12. You see 777 on license plates, receipts, random places that make no logical sense. Let me tell you what you did not know. Those were not coincidences. Those were activation codes from heaven preparing your spirit for this moment. Each sequence was unlocking different chambers of your spiritual inheritance. When you saw 111, new beginnings were being aligned in the invisible realm. When you saw 222, divine partnerships were being arranged behind the scenes. When you saw 333, the Trinity was placing their seal of approval on your life. When you saw 444, armies of angels were being dispatched to your address. When you saw 555, grace was multiplying what you have been stewarding. When you saw 777, perfection was being downloaded into your situation. When you saw 888, new creation frequency was being activated in your DNA. You were not losing your mind. You were being upgraded. Your body is more than flesh and blood. It is a living portal between heaven and earth. Your heart is not just an organ pumping blood. It is a mercy seat where divine presence dwells. Your lungs are not just breathing air. They are inhaling heaven's atmosphere and exhaling kingdom authority. Your DNA is not just genetic code from your parents. It contains encrypted blueprints that scientists call junk DNA because they cannot decode heaven's language. 97% of your DNA has been dormant your entire life, waiting for activation. That activation starts right now as you read these words. Every cell in your body is beginning to vibrate at a different frequency. You might feel tingling in your hands or warmth spreading through your chest. You might feel pressure behind your forehead, or a sudden emotional release rising in your throat. That is not anxiety. That is not your imagination. That is cellular renovation happening in real time. Heaven is literally upgrading your operating system while you sit here. The depression that has clung to you like a second skin is being stripped away at the molecular level. The anxiety that has controlled your decisions is being deleted from your nervous system. The fear that has paralyzed your progress is being extracted from your bloodstream. The shame that has haunted you since childhood is being dissolved by supernatural light. The anger you inherited from your father's father is being removed from your cellular memory. The poverty mindset that has been passed down for 4 generations is being overwritten with abundance consciousness. In exactly 72 hours from this moment, you are going to witness something that will make everyone around you question reality. Someone who owes you money is going to suddenly remember and reach out. Not just money. Someone owes you an apology. Someone owes you recognition. Someone owes you the truth. Their conscience is going to burn until they make contact. When this happens, you will know the portal fully opened. Within 21 days, a door you have been pushing against for years will swing open so suddenly you will stumble forward. The job you never applied for will call with an offer. The visa application that was denied 3 times will be suddenly approved. The loan you thought was impossible will be processed without explanation. The person who ghosted you will return with repentance. The family member who cut you off will reach out asking for reconciliation. This is not wishful thinking. This is heaven's scheduling department confirming your divine appointments. Before 90 days pass, the financial stranglehold breaks completely. The number $7,777 is significant for your situation. For some, it is debt being supernaturally canceled. For others, it is unexpected income arriving from a source you forgot about. For many, it is both happening in the same week. Pay attention because this is specific. The windows of heaven are opening with such force that the enemy's hands will be knocked off your finances. What took 7 years to accumulate in lack will be reversed in 7 weeks. But listen carefully to what I am about to tell you because this goes deeper than circumstances changing. There has been a conspiracy against your destiny that started before you were born. Forces in the invisible realm knew what you would carry. They saw the anointing on your bloodline. They recognized the calling encrypted in your DNA, and they made a pact to stop you before you discovered who you really are. That is why your childhood was harder than it should have been. That is why you have always felt different from your siblings. That is why you have never quite fit anywhere you have been placed. You were not rejected by people. You were extracted by heaven. Every person who walked away was removed by divine order, because they would have contaminated what is about to be birthed through you. Every opportunity that fell through was protection from a path that would have derailed your destiny. Every loss you mourned was actually heaven clearing space for something you did not have capacity to imagine yet. What you interpreted as abandonment was actually preparation. What felt like punishment was actually positioning. The enemy has been watching you navigate through a maze of his design. Every setback was calculated. Every betrayal was orchestrated. Every closed door was his attempt to make you quit before you reached this moment. But here is what hell did not account for. Every attack made you stronger. Every wound increased your capacity for compassion. Every loss expanded your understanding of grace. Every tear became seed in heaven's soil. Every prayer built pressure in the spiritual atmosphere. And today, that pressure reaches critical mass. Type 777 in the comments right now before reading another word. This is not superstition. This is you entering your activation code into heaven's system. When you type those 3 numbers, documents in the divine courtroom get stamped approved. Resources held in escrow since your birth get released. Angels on standby receive their marching orders. The breakthrough you have been praying for shifts from pending to processing to approved to dispatched. But only if you type 777 in the next 60 seconds. Let me tell you what happened to others who received this message and obeyed immediately. David from Chicago typed 777 with trembling fingers while sitting in his car 3 days ago. He was down to his last $40 and facing eviction in 48 hours. The next morning, he received an email about a class action lawsuit he did not know he was part of. The settlement check arrived 4 days later for $7,700, exactly what he needed plus extra. He sent me his testimony yesterday with a photo of the check. Jennifer from Phoenix was trying to conceive for 9 years. Doctors said impossible. Medical reports said her womb was inhospitable. She typed 777 while crying in her bathroom, not really believing but desperate enough to try anything. She felt heat flood through her abdomen, not metaphorical warmth, actual physical heat that lasted for 3 minutes. She took a pregnancy test 6 weeks later. Positive she is holding her miracle baby right now as I record this message. Twins, the same womb doctors declared dead, is carrying double blessing. Marcus from London had been passed over for promotion 7 times in 5 years. Office politics kept blocking him despite his qualifications. He typed 777 during his lunch break while watching this message on his phone. His boss called him into the office that same afternoon, not to fire him, to apologize for the bias, and offer him a position 2 levels above what he had been applying for. He starts Monday with double his previous salary. These are not fairy tales. These are documented testimonies of what happens when heaven's emergency broadcast connects with an obedient heart. But I need you to understand something about the numbers you just typed. They did more than you realize in the invisible realm. A transaction just occurred. Your guardian angel just received authorization to intervene in 3 specific areas of your life that have been legally off limits until this moment. One area involves your finances. One area involves your relationships. One area involves your health or calling. You will see evidence in all 3 areas within the next lunar cycle. Now place your right hand over your heart and your left hand on your stomach. Feel your heartbeat under your palm. That rhythm is not random. It is heaven's Morse code speaking directly into your situation. With your hands in this position, speak these exact words out loud even if people are around you. Even if you feel foolish, even if your voice shakes. Say this: I am the one heaven has been waiting for. I am the one hell has been fighting. I receive my 7-fold restoration now. Every door opens. Every chain breaks. Every blessing stored up for 7 years releases today. The delay is broken. The curse is reversed. The breakthrough is here. I claim it. I receive it. I activate it. It is finished. Did you say it out loud or did you just read it in your mind? If you only thought it. Heaven did not register your declaration. Sound carries power that thought does not. Your voice releases authority into the atmosphere that silent reading cannot accomplish. Go back and say it out loud right now. I will wait. Your breakthrough is worth the momentary discomfort of speaking to an empty room. Now take 7 deep breaths. Do not rush this. With each inhale, you are breathing in divine possibility. With each exhale, you are releasing 7 years of accumulated spiritual toxins. On the first breath, release fear. On the second breath, release doubt. On the third breath, release shame. On the fourth breath, release unforgiveness toward those who wounded you. On the fifth breath, release the poverty mindset your family trained into you. On the sixth breath, release the rejection you have been carrying since childhood. On the seventh breath, you should feel something shift in your chest. That is the sound of prison doors exploding open. That is chains hitting the floor in the invisible realm. That is freedom flooding into spaces where captivity used to live. Here is what you must do in the next 24 hours. This sequence is not optional. Your obedience determines whether breakthrough manifests in days or gets delayed for months. First, identify the one person who has been the most toxic drain on your spiritual energy this year. You know exactly who I am talking about. Your stomach just tightened thinking about them. Delete their number from your phone. Block their access to your life. Do it before you sleep tonight. Heaven cannot pour new wine into old wineskins contaminated with poison. This is not about unforgiveness. This is about spiritual hygiene. Some people are assignments from hell designed to drain your energy, distract your focus, and delay your destiny. Second, go to your bathroom mirror before bed tonight. Look yourself directly in the eyes and speak this declaration 7 times. I am chosen for such a time as this. Hell's timeline over my life is canceled. Heaven's timeline is now activated. On the 7th repetition, you will feel something shift. Some will see their reflection differently. Others will feel a weight lift from their shoulders. Everyone will know something changed in the invisible realm. Third, set your alarm for 4:44 in the morning for the next 4 days. You do not have to stay awake. Just acknowledge the time when it goes off and whisper these 6 words. I am awake for my miracle. Then go back to sleep. This synchronizes your spirit with heaven's frequency. On the 4th morning, pay attention to your dreams. Write down whatever you remember immediately upon waking. Those dreams contain coded instructions for your next season. Ignore them, and you will miss critical guidance. Honor them, and you will accelerate into purpose. Let me tell you about the person who has been blocking your blessing. They know their time is up. The individual who has been speaking against you in secret meetings is about to be exposed in public settings. The force that has been assigned to sabotage your progress is being recalled by higher demonic authority because they failed their mission. You survived what was meant to destroy you. You are still standing after attacks designed to take you out permanently. Your continued existence is evidence of their failure, and in hell's hierarchy, failure is not tolerated. Within 30 days, you are going to watch their house of cards collapse, while you are elevated to positions of influence they will have to acknowledge. Not through your revenge, through heaven's justice. You will not lift a finger. You will simply watch the divine reversal unfold like a perfectly choreographed scene you have no part in directing. What they meant for evil, God is turning for good multiplied by 7. Their weapons are not just failing, they are backfiring with precision timing. Every curse they spoke over you is transforming into blessing seed planted in heaven's soil. Every lie they spread about your character is becoming evidence of your integrity in the archives of eternity. Every door they blocked is reopening with twice the opportunity behind it. The very people they turned against you will become your advocates without you saying a word. The reputation they tried to destroy is being restored with interest that compounds in ways you cannot orchestrate through human effort. But here is something most people miss about breakthrough season. The blessing is not just about receiving. It is about becoming. Heaven is not just changing your circumstances. Heaven is changing you. The version of yourself that existed before you found this message is dying right now. The old identity that accepted mediocrity is being crucified. The former version that tolerated limitation is being buried, and a new creation is emerging from that death. You are being upgraded in real time. Your risk tolerance is increasing. You will start making decisions that your old self would have called crazy. Your fear of failure is decreasing. You will attempt things that used to paralyze you with anxiety. Your people-pleasing is evaporating. You will start disappointing people who have controlled you with their approval. Your capacity for faith is expanding. You will start believing for impossibilities that your logical mind used to dismiss. This is not motivational hype. This is cellular transformation activated by heaven's frequency. The next person you meet who carries a key to your destiny will appear within 14 days. You will recognize them by a specific sign. They will mention something you have been thinking about privately, or they will say a phrase that echoes a recent prayer, or they will carry information you just asked heaven for. Pay attention. This connection is not random. This is divine orchestration, but you have to be looking, or you will miss them in the middle of your routine. There are 3 people in your phone contacts right now who are about to betray you if you give them access to what is coming. Your discernment is being sharpened. You will start feeling uncomfortable around people who used to feel safe. Trust those feelings. Your spirit is recognizing toxicity your mind has been making excuses for. Cut them off before they get close enough to contaminate your blessing. Protect what heaven is building by guarding who has access. Your health is about to experience supernatural reversal. That diagnosis doctors gave you is being overruled by heaven's verdict. That chronic condition you learned to live with is being served an eviction notice. That pain you wake up with every morning is being commanded to leave your body. That inflammation in your joints is being dissolved by healing virtue. That tumor they found on the scan is being melted by divine light. That depression medication you take daily is about to become unnecessary as heaven recalibrates your brain chemistry. Within 60 days, you will have a follow-up test or doctor visit where they cannot explain what happened. The thing they saw before will not be there anymore. The numbers that were critical will normalize without medical intervention. They will use words like spontaneous remission or unexplained recovery. Let them call it whatever they want. You will know it was heaven responding to this moment of your obedience. But there is something you need to prepare for that nobody talks about. When breakthrough manifests, not everyone will celebrate with you. Some will doubt the authenticity of your miracle. Some will minimize what God did by attributing it to luck or timing. Some will become jealous of the magnitude of your blessing. Some will try to pull you back into the limitations you are leaving behind. Some will even become angry that you are ascending while they remain stuck. Do not waste your energy trying to convince skeptics. Do not spend your time defending what God did to people who were not in the room when it happened. Do not allow critics to steal your joy by making you question what you know happened. The fruit will testify louder than any explanation you could give. The blessing will be undeniable to those who have eyes to see. Your testimony will speak for itself to those who have ears to hear. Right now, as you read these words, there is a shifting in the spiritual realm that is affecting the physical atmosphere around you. Angels are repositioning, demons are retreating, doors are unlocking, windows are opening, fountains of provision are being uncapped, rivers of healing are being redirected toward your address. Warehouses of blessing that have been sealed are receiving new access codes with your name attached. The wealth transfer of Proverbs 13 verse 22 is activating over your life today. The wealth of the wicked laid up for the just is about to be released into your hands. Money that has been tied up in wrong hands is about to flow into righteous hands. Resources that have been hoarded by the selfish are about to be redistributed to the generous. You are about to receive inheritance you did not work for from sources you never expected, not through scheming or manipulation, through divine favor that makes no logical sense to natural minds. Share this message with exactly one person who came to your mind while reading this. Not your whole contact list, one specific person. You already know who it is. Their face flashed in your mind 3 different times while you were reading. They are in crisis right now, even if they have not told you. They are on the edge of making a decision that will destroy their destiny. They are fighting thoughts of giving up permanently. You sharing this message is heaven's intervention in their situation. Your obedience saves their life. Their breakthrough is connected to yours. Before this week ends, expect the unexpected phone call with news that shifts your trajectory. Before this month closes, expect the impossible to look easy when heaven moves. Before this year completes, Expect to be living a testimony that sounds like fiction to people who were not there. The door you knocked on for 7 years swings open this quarter. The answer you have been seeking drops into your spirit like a key turning in a lock. The miracle you stopped believing possible starts manifesting in forms you never imagined. Subscribe to this channel if you have not yet, because heaven is going to use this platform to continue speaking into your life. Ring the notification bell so you never miss a divine download meant specifically for you. And if this message shifted something deep in your spirit, if you felt the weight of God's presence in these words, if you know your life just changed, consider hitting the super thanks button, not as payment for content but as a seed of faith sown into heaven's soil. What you make happen for others, God makes happen for you, pressed down, shaken together, running over. You are stepping out of survival mode and into abundance mode. You are graduating from barely enough to more than enough. You are transitioning from borrower to lender, from tail to head, from beneath to above. The poverty spirit that has mocked your bloodline for 4 generations is being evicted today. The wealth stored up for the righteous has your name on the deed. Multiple streams of income are converging toward you like rivers finding their destined path. The atmosphere around you has permanently shifted as of this moment. You will notice it first in how you sleep tonight. Peace will wrap around you like a blanket from heaven. You will notice it in how you wake tomorrow. Hope will be your first thought instead of anxiety. You will notice it in how strangers respond to you this week. Favor will go before you like a herald announcing royalty. Something broke off you while you were reading this. That spirit of delay that has been recycling the same problems for 7 years just lost its grip. Your children are about to excel beyond natural explanation. Your business is about to expand beyond projections. Your influence is about to extend beyond imagination. Not because you worked harder, because heaven shifted the atmosphere around you. This is the manifestation of Isaiah 60 verse 22, where the least becomes 1,000, and the small one a strong nation. God is doing it suddenly in your appointed time. Remember this moment? Screenshot this message. Return to it when doubt tries to creep back in, because in this moment, everything changed. Heaven invaded your circumstances through your faith. Your life will never be the same. The portal opened when you started reading. It remains open for those who finish and obey, but it closes for those who hesitate and procrastinate. Your destiny is calling. Your future is waiting. Your breakthrough is here. The countdown reached 0. The verdict is final. The blessing is released. The miracle is yours. Welcome to your new reality. Welcome to your breakthrough season. Welcome to everything changing. It is finished. It is done. It is yours.
Chosen one, as this year draws to a close, the Spirit of God is moving in ways you may not fully see yet. The battles you fought, the nights you cried, the silent prayers you whispered, none of it was ignored. Heaven has been watching, and the God who saw every tear you shed is now preparing to replace them with joy. Is a prophetic shift taking place in your life? And if your spirit has been feeling a strange peace lately, an unexplainable calm, it's because God is closing the wounds of the past and opening the gates of a new beginning. This message is for those who have walked through seasons of loss, betrayal, disappointment, and hidden suffering. You endured storms silently. You carried weights you never spoke about. And through it all, God was shaping you, strengthening you, and maturing you for the door that is now about to open. As this year ends, you are stepping into a divine transition. The tears you cried were seeds, and now harvest is coming. Let me reveal to you 9 signs. God is drying all your tears and preparing a new beginning for you, chosen one. 1. Your spirit feels lighter, and you can't explain why. When God begins to heal you, the very first place He lays His hand is on your spirit, because that is the part of you that carries what your mouth never speaks and what your heart tries to hide. Recently, you may have noticed these sudden waves of peace washing over you, moments that feel strangely calm, almost supernatural, especially considering that your situation hasn't changed. Your challenges haven't vanished, and your responsibilities have not magically disappeared. Yet somehow, the heaviness you used to wake up with has been quietly dissolving. The tears that once fell without warning have slowed. The emotional weight that used to sit on your chest now feels lighter, as if someone has gently lifted a burden you didn't know how to release. This is not random. This is not accidental. This is not just a good day. This is God Himself removing the weight you were never meant to drag with you into the new year. This is Him interrupting the pain you normalized. This is Him loosening the grip of old memories that once dictated how you moved, loved, trusted, and hoped. He is touching places that were bruised, places you never talked about, places that remained tender long after the moment passed. The very atmosphere of your inner world is shifting. Your soul is being refreshed. Your emotional body is being detoxed. Your spiritual posture is being strengthened. And all of this is happening because God knows joy cannot flow where heaviness resides. He knows peace cannot bloom in soil saturated with sorrow. So He begins His healing by cleansing your spirit, because once your spirit is free, your life can follow. If you've been feeling lighter for no logical reason, it's because heaven has begun your restoration long before the new year arrives. 2. Doors you tried to close are finally staying shut. Some of you have spent months, even years, wrestling with relationships you knew were draining you, environments that exhausted you, and cycles you desperately wanted to break but somehow always returned to. You tried to distance yourself. You attempted to emotionally withdraw. You told yourself you were done, but the pull kept dragging you backward, not because you were weak, but because broken soul ties and emotional attachments are spiritual chains, not mental decisions. But now something has shifted. Doors that once swung open effortlessly no longer move. Conversations that once tempted you no longer excite you. People who once had access to your emotions no longer trigger the same reaction. It's as if God Himself placed His hand on those doors and sealed them shut. This is divine intervention. This is God stepping into places where your willpower wavered. This is Him protecting you from what you would have gone back to out of loneliness, fear, habit, or emotional vulnerability. When God closes a door, He does not slam it in anger. He seals it in love. He knows your next chapter cannot coexist with the wounds of your previous seasons. He knows certain people, patterns, and emotional cycles cannot travel with you into the new year because they are incompatible with the healing He is bringing. So He removes the desire, the attachment, the familiar pull. He breaks the spiritual ties you didn't have the strength to uproot on your own. If that chapter no longer calls you the way it once did, it is because heaven has already declared it finished. God is not only closing the door, He is locking it, sealing it, and escorting you forward into restoration. 3. You're losing desire for things that used to distract you. As God dries your tears and begins to heal the broken, hidden parts of you, He also starts removing the very distractions that once numbed your pain or delayed your purpose. Activities, habits, cravings, and temptations that once felt comforting now feel empty. Things you used to run to for escape no longer soothe you. The entertainment that used to consume your time now feels pointless. The people you once used as emotional noise no longer resonate with your spirit. This is not boredom, this is spiritual maturity. This is your soul awakening. This is your discernment sharpening as God recalibrates your appetite for the new season He is guiding you into. When God is preparing you for elevation, He strips away everything that weakens your focus or hinders your growth. He removes cravings for what feeds your flesh but starves your destiny. He silences the noise that causes confusion. He disconnects you from habits that would interfere with the blessings He is about to release. Suddenly, your spirit begins craving stillness, clarity, purity, and alignment. You feel pulled toward purpose, toward discipline, toward inner growth. Even the things you once used as coping mechanisms stop working, because God is teaching you to depend on His presence instead of temporary distractions. This loss of interest is a divine detox, a spiritual cleansing that prepares you for greater responsibility, deeper wisdom, and bigger blessings. If distractions feel dull and meaningless lately, it's because God is refining your spirit and shaping you for the destiny ahead. 4. You're experiencing sudden clarity about your life. This year may have felt like a maze, emotionally heavy, mentally draining, spiritually confusing. You may have battled uncertainty, indecision, or lack of direction, walking through months that felt dark and unclear. But recently, almost unexpectedly, pieces have begun to fall into place. Thoughts are becoming clearer. Ideas that seemed scattered now connect. Questions that haunted you are receiving answers. Even things that once frustrated you suddenly make sense. This clarity is not the result of overthinking or analyzing. It is God illuminating your path as you prepare to step into a new chapter. When God begins drying your tears, He also clears the fog that clouded your judgment. He aligns your mind with His plan. He removes confusion so you can walk confidently into the future He designed. This sudden understanding is spiritual insight, divine wisdom descending quietly into your spirit. What once felt overwhelming now feels achievable. What once felt impossible suddenly feels within reach. You are beginning to see why certain things happened, why certain people left, and why certain doors did not open. God is showing you the bigger picture. He is giving you the mental clarity necessary for the opportunities coming your way, because your next season requires clear vision, strong decisions, and stable confidence. If you've been seeing things more clearly lately, even without trying, it's because God has begun guiding your steps directly. He is preparing your mind for the blessings that are about to unfold. 5. People who hurt you are no longer a source of pain. A powerful sign that God is truly healing you is when the memory of those who wounded you no longer carries the same emotional sting. You may still remember what happened. You may still recall the betrayal, the disappointment, the broken trust, or the harsh words that once pierced your heart. But now, instead of feeling anger rise, instead of feeling sadness choke you, instead of carrying bitterness or confusion, you feel a strange sense of emotional distance. Not numbness, healing, not denial, growth, not coldness, restoration. It is as if God has been gently draining the poison from wounds you didn't know how to close. The memories are still there, but the pain attached to them is dissolving. This is what divine healing looks like. God goes into the emotional places people could not reach. He washes your heart from the inside out. He touches experiences so deeply buried that even you avoided confronting them, and instead of forcing forgiveness, He slowly, lovingly cultivates it in you. What once broke you no longer defines you. What once triggered you no longer controls you. What once made you cry now makes you stronger. You notice that thinking about these people doesn't tighten your chest anymore. You don't replay the offense. You don't imagine revenge. You don't seek closure. You don't need an apology. You simply feel released. This release is not your doing. It is God's. He has been rewiring your emotional responses, restoring your sense of self, and rebalancing the parts of you that were thrown off by hurtful experiences. Forgiveness begins to flow, not because you forced it, but because God softened the soil of your heart. Healing starts revealing itself, not because you pretended to be okay, but because God removed the emotional residue that once overwhelmed you. If the people who hurt you no longer carry the same emotional power over you, it's because God has already begun closing those wounds and preparing you for a future free of emotional bondage. 6. Unexpected blessings have been showing up recently. When heaven begins shifting your season, it often starts subtly with small, unexpected blessings that seem to come out of nowhere. You may have noticed little breakthroughs happening lately, Perhaps someone offered help when you least expected it. Maybe favor came in a situation you didn't even pray about. Maybe a small opportunity opened up, or a financial surprise appeared, or a door cracked open just enough to show you that something is changing. These are not coincidences. These are not random moments of luck. These are early signs of divine alignment, God's gentle reminders that He is moving, even before you see the full picture. Before God opens a major door, He often releases small confirmations to prepare your faith. These little blessings are like spiritual breadcrumbs, signals that you are entering a new season. They whisper, "I'm still with you. I haven't forgotten you. Something bigger is coming." Sometimes the blessings are so small that you almost overlook them, but your spirit notices. Your intuition feels it. Something in you knows these moments carry meaning. And that sense is correct. God is repositioning things around you. He is shifting environments, conversations, and situations in your favor. These unexpected blessings are signs that God has begun orchestrating your next chapter. They show you that what once worked against you is now being turned around for your good. They remind you that heaven is active, not silent. They prepare your heart for the bigger breakthroughs that will require your readiness, your obedience, and your expectancy. If unexpected blessings have been showing up, no matter how small, take them seriously. They are evidence that the spiritual atmosphere around your life is changing. God is aligning your steps, making room for your destiny, and signaling that a major door is preparing to open. 7. Your intuition keeps telling you something new is coming. Chosen ones always feel spiritual transitions before they manifest in the natural. If you've been sensing a strong inner pull lately, a quiet knowing deep within your spirit that something is shifting, something is approaching, something new is about to unfold, trust that feeling. It is not anxiety. It is not imagination. It is not wishful thinking. It is the Holy Spirit preparing you for the next chapter God is ushering you into. This inner awareness is one of the clearest indicators that your season is changing. You may feel restless without knowing why. You may feel excitement building even though nothing external has shifted yet. You may sense the atmosphere around your life growing more intense, more purposeful, more meaningful. You may feel a divine anticipation rising, a spiritual vibration signaling that God is aligning something big on your behalf. For chosen ones, spiritual sensitivity is a gift. You feel what heaven is preparing long before it appears. Your spirit receives announcements your mind hasn't understood yet. This is why you feel the need to prepare, to clean your life, to detach from distractions, to protect your energy, to get ready. This inner prompting is God telling you, get positioned. Something new is on the way. This feeling is not random, it is preparation. It is transition. It is spiritual acceleration. You are stepping out of an old season and into a divine shift. If your intuition keeps whispering that change is near, it's because heaven has already declared a shift over your life. Your spirit hears it. Your soul senses it. Your future is calling you. 8. God is removing people who no longer match your future. Lately, you may have noticed certain people drifting away, conversations ending, connections weakening, or relationships fading without conflict or dramatic closure. It may have felt confusing at first, maybe even painful. But spiritually, it is strategic. God is removing people who no longer align with your destiny. He is clearing your path from influences, energies, and personalities that do not match where He is taking you. Elevation requires separation, and separation often feels uncomfortable, even when it is necessary. God knows the private intentions and unseen motives of every person in your life. He knows who will hinder you, who will slow you down, who will drain you, and who will secretly sabotage your progress. So before He blesses you, He purifies your circle. Before He elevates you, He isolates you. Before He opens new doors, He closes old connections. When God begins drying your tears, He also removes the sources that caused them. people who wounded you, doubted you, limited you, or misused your loyalty. Many times these separations feel like loss, but in reality they are divine protection. Some people cannot follow you into your next season because they were tied to your old pain, not your new purpose. Some were attached to your brokenness, not your healing. Some loved your struggle but would envy your success. God is not being harsh, He is being protective. If certain people have been drifting away without explanation, trust that it is God safeguarding your future. Your next chapter requires the right people, the right environment, and the right alignment, and God is making sure you enter the new year surrounded only by what strengthens your destiny. 9. You feel hope rising again. After everything you've been through this year, every setback, every disappointment, every silent battle, every tear, you would think hope would be gone by now, but instead something inside you is waking up again. A quiet spark is returning. A gentle fire is rising in your spirit. You feel life stirring inside you again. You are beginning to believe again, dream again, expect again. This renewed hope is not accidental. It is the final sign that God is restoring you. Hope does not rise in a heart that is still broken. Hope does not rise where pain still rules. Hope does not rise where despair lives. If hope is returning, it is because God has been doing deep spiritual surgery on you. He has been rebuilding you from the inside. He has been wiping your tears, strengthening your soul, and breathing life back into your spirit. Hope is a sign of spiritual rebirth, a sign that your inner world is healing, expanding, and awakening to possibilities again. This hope is confirmation that your old season is ending. The new year will not look like the last one. You are stepping into a chapter filled with clarity, direction, blessings, emotional strength, and divine alignment. Hope is heaven's announcement that restoration has begun. Something better is coming. Something greater is forming. Your spirit knows it. God wants you to prepare for it. Chosen one. If this message reached you at the right moment, it is not an accident. God is drying your tears, healing your heart, and setting you up for a divine shift. A powerful new door is opening for you as this year ends, and nothing can stop what God has already declared over your life. This is the Zillion Mind Channel. If this word spoke to your spirit, make sure you subscribe, because more messages like this are coming, and if you received this message at the exact moment you needed it, I want you to type 1111 in the comments section as a declaration of alignment, healing, and divine blessings. Thank you for watching.
My child, it is no accident that you have opened this message. You chose to hear my voice when others scrolled past. The ones who turned away will wonder why their breakthrough never came. But you stopped, you listened, and that decision just changed everything. Right now, in this very moment, I am entering your life in a way I have never done before. The sign you have been praying for is being written in the heavens as you hear these words. This is not just another message. This is the divine appointment that has been scheduled for you since before the foundations of the earth were laid. My child, your heart is beating faster because my presence is already with you. That tremor you feel is not anxiety. It is the fire of my Holy Spirit confirming that this word is meant specifically for you. No one else on this earth has walked your exact path. No one else has cried your exact tears. And no one else will receive the exact miracle I am about to release over your life. The angels of heaven are moving through your home right now. They are breaking chains you cannot see. They are tearing down walls that have held you captive. They are silencing voices that have spoken lies over your destiny. Can you feel the atmosphere shifting? That heaviness you have carried for so long is being lifted from your shoulders this very moment. I need you to understand something critical, my child. If you walk away before I finish speaking, you will miss the key that unlocks everything. Those who stayed until the end of this message received the full revelation. They saw miracles manifest within days. They testified of supernatural breakthroughs. But those who left early wondered why nothing changed. Do not be one who turns away too soon. I have been waiting for this moment. I have been preparing you for this hour. And now is the time for you to hear what heaven has been holding for you. My beloved, I have seen your struggle. I have watched you wake up each morning with pain in your body and confusion in your mind. I have seen you put on a brave face when your heart was breaking inside. You thought no one noticed. You thought you were alone in your suffering. But my child, I see everything. I see you in the darkness of 3 a.m. when sleep will not come, and your mind replays every hurt, every failure, every disappointment. I see you in the bathroom with the door locked, letting tears fall that no one else will witness. I see you sitting in your car before going inside, gathering strength you do not have, preparing to face another day you feel too weak to endure. You have felt abandoned. You have felt forgotten. You have wondered if your prayers even reach beyond the ceiling. You have asked yourself if I am real, if I care, if I will ever answer. These doubts have haunted you in your quietest moments, and shame has tried to convince you that even thinking such thoughts makes you unworthy of my love. But I tell you now, my child, I have never been closer to you than in those broken moments. When you felt most alone, I was holding you. When you felt most forgotten, I was remembering every detail of your pain. When you thought I was silent, I was orchestrating events you could not yet see. The world has taken from you. People have betrayed you. Circumstances have crushed you. Dreams have died. Relationships have ended. Health has failed. Money has disappeared. Doors have slammed shut. And with each loss, you felt a piece of yourself break away. I have counted every tear. Not one has fallen to the ground unnoticed. Each one is collected in my heavenly vessel. Each one carries weight in the courts of heaven. And today is the day those tears become the seed of your greatest harvest. You have been tired, so tired. Tired of trying, tired of hoping, tired of believing that things will change. You wake up exhausted and go to bed defeated. The weight of your burdens has bent your shoulders and clouded your vision. You have thought about giving up more times than you can count. I know your secret thoughts, my child. I know the words you have spoken to yourself in moments of despair. I know the plans you have made in case this never gets better. I know the fears that grip you when you think about tomorrow. And I am here to tell you that every one of those fears ends today. You have wondered why it has taken so long. Why have others been blessed while you remained in lack? Why have others found love while you remained alone? Why have others prospered while you struggled just to survive? These questions have tormented you, and the enemy has used them to plant seeds of bitterness in your heart. But what you could not see was that I was not delaying your blessing. I was preparing you for a blessing so large that you needed to be strengthened first. You needed to grow. You needed to expand. You needed to become the person who could carry what I am about to give you. The pain was not punishment. The waiting was not abandonment. The struggle was not evidence that I do not love you. Everything, my child, everything you have walked through has been part of a divine plan that is about to be revealed to you. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. Before the mountains were formed, I am. Before the stars were hung in the sky, I am. Before time itself began, I am. I am the one who spoke the universe into existence with a word. I am the one who separated light from darkness. I am the one who formed you in your mother's womb and breathed life into your body. I am the one who knows every hair on your head and every thought in your mind before you think it. I am the God who parted the Red Sea and made a way where there was no way. I am the God who brought water from a rock and bread from heaven. I am the God who shut the mouths of lions and cooled the fire that should have consumed my faithful ones. I am the God who raised Jesus from the dead and conquered death itself. I am the God who sent my Holy Spirit to dwell within you, making your body a temple of the living God. I am the God who holds all power in heaven and on earth. and nothing is impossible for me. My child, I see what you cannot see. I know what you do not know. I hold tomorrow in my hands while you struggle with today. But hear me now. What I am about to do in your life will silence every doubt you have ever had about my power. I am the light that pierces every darkness. I am the hope that rises when all seems lost. I am the strength that carries you when you have nothing left. I am the peace that surpasses understanding. I am the joy that comes in the morning after your night of weeping. I am not bound by your circumstances. I am not limited by what you see with your natural eyes. I am not stopped by closed doors or impossible situations. What looks finished to you is just beginning to me. What looks dead to you is about to resurrect. What looks destroyed to you is about to be restored beyond recognition. I am the God of suddenly. In one moment I can shift everything. In one breath, I can change your entire situation. In one word, I can tear down every wall and open every door. And my child, that moment is now. I am the one who turns mourning into dancing and sorrow into joy. I am the one who takes ashes and creates beauty. I am the one who makes all things work together for good for those who love me. And you love me, my child. Even in your doubt, even in your pain, even in your questions, you love me. And that love is about to be rewarded in ways you cannot imagine. I am the Father who never sleeps, who watches over you every second of every day and night. I am the shepherd who leaves the 99 to find the one lost sheep. I am the king who prepares a table for you in the presence of your enemies. I am the creator who has plans for you, plans for good and not for evil, plans to give you a future and a hope. Nothing is hidden from my sight. I see every enemy who has plotted against you. I see every person who has spoken curses over your life. I see every force of darkness that has tried to destroy you. And I am here to tell you that they have failed. They thought they were defeating you, but they were actually positioning you for the greatest comeback of your life. My child, the same power that raised Jesus from the grave is living inside you right now. The same authority that cast out demons and healed the sick flows through your spirit. You are not weak. You are not defeated. You are not a victim. You are my child, and my power dwells in you. The miracle you need requires you to believe. Faith is not just a feeling. Faith is a decision. Faith is reaching out with your spiritual hand and taking what I am offering you. Faith is agreeing with what I say about you instead of what your circumstances say. Here is what I need you to do, my child. First, you must forgive. Release every person who has hurt you. Let go of every offense. Unforgiveness is a chain that keeps you bound to your past and blocks the flow of my blessing. When you forgive, you are not excusing what they did. You are freeing yourself from the prison of bitterness. Second, you must trust me completely. Stop trying to figure everything out. Stop trying to make it all make sense. Stop demanding to see the full picture before you take the next step. Trust means walking forward even when you cannot see the path. Trust means resting in my promises even when nothing around you confirms them. Third, you must speak words of faith. Your mouth has power. The words you speak create your reality. Stop saying you are broke. Stop saying you are sick. Stop saying it is impossible. Start declaring what I say about you. Say, I am blessed. I am healed. I am favored. I am victorious. I am abundant. I am loved. Fourth, you must stay connected to this word. As you continue listening to every syllable I speak, you align yourself with heaven's frequency. Those who stayed until the very end of this message positioned themselves to receive the full manifestation. Do not turn away now. The most powerful revelation is still ahead. Fifth, you must take action. Faith without works is dead. I will show you what to do, and you must do it. It may not make sense to your natural mind. It may seem too small or too simple. But obedience activates miracles. When I tell you to move, move. When I tell you to wait, wait. When I tell you to speak, speak. When I tell you to be silent, be silent. Here is the promise I make to you. When you forgive, I will release you from bondage. When you trust, I will make a way through the impossible. When you speak faith, you will see mountains move. When you stay connected to my word, you will grow stronger every day. When you obey, you will walk into miracles you did not even know to pray for. My child, this is the law of the kingdom. What you sow, you will reap. When you give, it will be given back to you, pressed down, shaken together, and overflowing. When you bless others, blessings will chase you down. When you share my word, your own revelation multiplies. I am about to show you something powerful. The miracle I am releasing to you is not meant to stop with you. It is meant to flow through you to reach others. You are a vessel. You are a conduit. You are a messenger of heaven. Think right now of someone you know who is struggling, someone who has lost hope, someone who needs to hear that they are not forgotten. I am placing their face in your mind at this very moment. You know exactly who I am talking about. When you share this message with them, two miracles happen at once. First, you become an answer to their prayers. You become the angel they asked me to send. You become the sign they have been waiting for. And I reward my messengers. I bless those who carry my word to the hurting and the lost. Second, your own blessing multiplies. This is not just a nice thought. This is a spiritual law as real as gravity. When you give, you receive more. When you share, your portion increases. When you become a conduit of blessing, the flow never stops in your life. Do you remember the miracle of the loaves and the fish? I took 5 loaves and 2 fish, and when I shared them, they multiplied. The more I gave away, the more there was. In the end, thousands were fed, and 12 baskets remained. It started with almost nothing, but it ended with overwhelming abundance. That is the mathematics of my kingdom. On earth, when you divide something, everyone gets less. But in heaven, when you share something, everyone gets more. Your blessing does not decrease when you pass it on. Your blessing multiplies when you become generous with what I give you. Right now, share this message with 3 people. Post it to your social media. Send it in your family group chat. Text it to that friend who came to your mind. As you do, say this: God led me to send this to you. Watch it fully. It will change your life. When you share my word, you are not just helping someone else. You are activating the second wave of your own miracle. The first wave began when you heard my voice. The second wave begins when you become a messenger. And the second wave is more powerful than the first. Because when you give and receive at the same time, you create an endless cycle of blessing. Think of a spring of water. If the water flows out, it stays fresh. If the water sits still, it becomes stagnant. You must be like a spring. Receive from me